What's going on, baby boys, baby girls, ladies and gents? Welcome back. Glad you made it. It's another So-So production. We're doing it on Monday, December the 12th, 2022, right here in Toronto, Canada. What's up, gang? If you're out here in the GTA, hello. If you're in Vancouver, you're in the West Coast, what's going on? If you're in America, in the US, what's going on? If you're in Mexico, South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, Antarctica, Australia, New Zealand, Indonesia, Thailand, everybody. It's a beautiful day to be alive and kicking amongst you guys. Thank you for joining me. If you're a long time viewer and listener of the show, thank you for all the love and support. You know who you are out there. We're here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Where can you find these videos? On Instagram. Subscribe on YouTube for the full-length videos. Check out patreon.com/RobSadri. And that's what we do around here. We just have some fun around here. Talk about everything and nothing under the sun. Get you all excited about the weeks that are coming ahead of us. Man, oh man, it's almost Christmas, everybody. It's almost the holiday season. I'm looking forward to it. Personally speaking, of course, I've had a great weekend. Thank you very much. I hope you all did as well. I had a lovely evening with my homie. Went out for din. Had a little bit of a get together, a little bit of a powwow, if you will. And, you know, it's beautiful because it's been a while since your boy got out there and had like a grown-up meal or a grown-up event. You know what I mean? When you show up to like a proper, you know, a little bit of a schmancy place, a little bit of oh, we're gonna, you know, cutlery here, cutlery there, a glass of, you know, what kind of water would you like? You know, places, if the places offering multiple variants of water, it's a little bit, it's nice, not gonna lie. And you get to sit down, enjoy a couple of drinks, have a little bit of a meal, enjoy the conversation, and I hope you guys are all having fun wherever you are. I had a wonderful time with my friend last evening, and yeah, man, it's just good vibes only. Trying to keep the momentum going. We are again in the holiday season. I just hope wherever you are having fun. You are spending time with yourself, with your family, with your loved ones and your friends, and enjoying life, essentially. That's what it's all about, man. A lot of exciting things have been going on the weekend. Let's do a little bit of sports recap if we can, because it is the season for the World Cup. It happens every 4 years, and now we are in the semifinals. We've got 4 more teams left, a little bit of upset, a little bit of happiness and glory for some, and that's what it is, baby. It's a mixed bag of emotions, and that's life, full of the ups and downs. Let's just take a look for a reminder of who's remaining in the last batch of this old tournament, if you will. We got tomorrow Argentina versus Croatia, and on Wednesday we got France versus Morocco. Now, we had earlier on the weekend, we had Netherlands versus Argentina that came down to a penalty, which was a little bit of a surprise. You never know which way it's going to go in a penalty shootout, but Argentina won. And then you had Croatia versus Brazil. This was a little bit of an upset. I personally thought going into it, I didn't watch the game. I caught the highlights like many of you guys do as well. If you're busy and you're 30 and your dirty 30s, if you're going out there doing it, you probably don't have time to sit down and watch every game. But if you did happen to catch Croatia versus Brazil, you've noticed that Brazil got knocked out. That's also a little bit of a surprise, but also not a surprise, because Croatians, man, well, if you can get through Canada, that's what it is. It's not just like any team that knocks Canada out. It's Croatia. They're good. And you had England versus France, close call, but the remaining, I guess not the remaining champs, the current champs are the defending champs essentially won that one. But a significant match was like this came as a surprise. I'm talking about Morocco versus Portugal. This one came as a surprise. I honestly thought Portugal would have it in the bag. Not an easy fight, but you know, I thought that with. Here's what I'm surprised at. I'm surprised Ronaldo did not play the full 90 in both of his last 2 games of the World Cup. I'm surprised, given his experience, given his skills, given the time that he is in his career. I'm surprised they didn't put him on the pitch. He would have brought a lot, in my opinion, to the table on the field. And I think maybe we would have been looking at a different semi-final now, but that is all he said, she said, you know, would have, could have, should have, but it's, you know, it's said and done. Who knows what will happen? I'm looking forward to that. In terms of sports, what else happened? UFC 282 happened. Thank you very much. A lot of exciting events. Thank you for all the staff, the fighters, the arena facilitators, the lighting staff, the sound staff, the referees, the fans, Dana White doing it, you know. Let's go through some of the fights that were standing out for your boy. Just got to make a few remarks because it's incredible. A few of the fights that I saw that stood out. Here's what I'll say, man. One of my favorite fights was between Jorginho, Biggie Boy, Rosenstruck versus Chris Daukaus. Man, 23-second knockout, one of the fastest knockouts I've seen thus far in the UFC. I think we've had faster, if not mistaken. I'm sure George Masvidal had also one of the quickest knockouts versus Ben Askren. The old knee to the face, that was pretty quick, but this one's 23 seconds, and watching Biggie Boy go loose, it was kind of like watching somebody start a tractor or bulldozer, start it up, put the key in the ignition, and then take a couple of bricks, and then take some duct tape and attach the bricks via the duct tape to the old gas pedal of the old bulldozer or tractor and just let it loose. It seemed like 23 seconds of a loose tractor, bulldozer, something with a Hemi engine, you know what I'm saying? Just going in there, punching, kicking. Whoa, bonkers, incredible. One of my favorite fights of the evening, of course. But I gotta say, for my favorite fight of the evening, I'm very impressed with this young man, Raul Rosas Jr. Raul Rosas Jr. versus Jay Perrin. Or Perrin. Perrin. Jay Perrin. Raul Rosas Jr. I'll say this. What's incredible about this particular fight for me, I didn't know too much about Raul. I just saw his name come up, relatively new face. I believe it was his debut on the UFC. And he is fighting currently at the age of 18. So he is going up against a 29-year-old fellow, or he just rather did on the weekend. And initially going in, I just saw the age difference, and I'm like 18 versus 29. In my mind, I would have been happy to see this young man get in there and, be able to throw a couple of punches, be able to maybe defend, take a few shots and take it. But not only did he do all of that, he did that and then some. He managed to actually win the fight, which was bonkers. Because again, keep in mind, 18, this is legit somebody who is technically speaking, he is 18. So that is of age, that is when you become an adult, technically speaking, by federal law, by state law, by municipal law, by local law, by international law. Some may say that by 18, you're officially, you're an adult, you're an adult. You can be doing things on your own, and people do, but it's borderline child, adolescent, youth / adult. Very, borderline. Technically by the, 18, the book says you're an adult, but when you hear somebody 18 talking, that's like a baby. But this baby can kill you. Baby's a killer baby, you might say. Jeez Louise. Raul, what an incredible fight. I'm looking forward to see this kid's growth potential. Definitely probably most likely a champion in the making. Again, it's way too I don't want to, you guys know in your fight camps and in your own world, you guys know what you're doing, you're professionals, but what I just saw was a display of something that was incredible. I've never seen anything like this. 18 years old versus a 29-year-old man. I'm just comparing with myself. Me at 18, if somebody told me you're gonna have to go out there and fight somebody who's 29. Me at 18 would have been shitting the bed. It would have been diarrhea city for the entire week. Prior to the fight, during the fight, it would have probably be consisting of more diarrhea, not gonna lie to you. In the octaring, in the ring, in the back alley, wherever it may be, it would have been diarrhea city if I had to at 18 fight somebody who was 29 years old. Jeez Louise. Few things that I'd like to sign up for that scenario, not one of them. That being said, extremely impressed. Wanted to see what happens in this young man's career. So keep up the great work. I loved it. Love the energy, love the persona, got the whole package. It's very nice. And that's the thing too. Again, it's incredible. And 18 years old, it's bonkers. My mind was blown because I'm like, man, if he gets in there and he's at least able to defend for a little bit, I'll be impressed. But he got there like a little tarantula knapsack, he made like a little, he got on this fella's back like a little koala, like a little bear, like a little, and a flexible one and a tight one at that too, flexible, tight grip right there, the old chokey choke. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Night. It's night though. So that was incredible to watch that. And UFC, one thing that I'll say, one of the hardest tasks in the entire event is probably down to the judges. That's why I'm very I'm happy to see that you know, I'll leave it up to the judges, because when it comes to like I don't know anything in terms of like, oh, how do you score this? What would, is a what's worth a takedown or a good defense of a take? I don't even know, dude. But what I watch, I enjoy. The judging is a very difficult position to be in. You're always gonna upset some people. Congratulations to everybody who won. A lot of rising stars, and one couple of fights that were a little bit, well, like people were like, oh, was it, it was a little bit closer, it was, maybe it should have gone this way or that way. One was Paddy Pimblett, Paddy the Baddy versus Jared Gordon. That one was like a little bit, I don't know if it was so clear cut, but again, it was a close one. It was a close one. I don't know. I'll leave it to the judges, because these guys are the professionals and I don't know anything. But congratulations to Paddy. Another fight that was a close call and came to a draw, which we don't see too often in the UFC, was Jan versus Magomed. And Jan versus Magomed was very interesting, because you see these two giant walruses of men walruses, essentially. Big, large, giant men coming at each other and kicking each other, punching each other, taking each other down, taking each other up, taking each other sideways, taking each other out, taking each other in, taking it everywhere and in between to it. So it's incredible to watch Jan go after Magomed's legs, chopping them legs, coming in with the calf kicks, coming in with the kicks to the thigh, to the legs, to the shins, to the back of the heel, flick you a little bit on that pinky toe, baby, what's up? And you see that, and at the same time, I'm thinking a person who is throwing kicks, although their intent is to inflict pain and damage onto their opponents, they are themselves as well recipients of that pain and a little bit of that damage. But to see kick after kick after kick, and you're like, how does he keep kicking so much? Must your leg not be killing you at this point? Point is that it's incredible, but at the same rate, you see the kicks being thrown, and then you see Magomed. Man, I'm terribly sorry about sometimes mispronouncing your names. Magomed, yeah, we got it, Magomed, dude. Magomed doing it. It's a household name. You guys know what it is. Magomed took these kicks to the old shin, to the old calf, to the old thighs, and he just switched stance. But at the same rate, I'm thinking if any of these kicks, even if a tenth of one of these kicks were to like make contact with my bod, I would be not crying in front of you, but definitely like I'd take it to the bathroom. You know what I mean? It'd be one of those situations where like if one of those kicks, if Rion kicked me, I wouldn't cry in front of you. But ladies and gentlemen, I cannot lie to you. I will definitely go to a corner, a bathroom, find me some solitude and cry, shed a couple, because they look like they're a world of pain. And that's what it is. And if I don't have resources, like let's say a bathroom or a backstage or somewhere to go to just do my thing for a couple of seconds, I always, in situations where I know we might get down and dirty, I'll carry a damn onion. Dude, you don't know me, because you kick me too hard, dude. If I gotta cry, I start chomping on that onion. What am I doing? Taking in that vitamin C. Am I shedding tears? Yes. Am I crying because of the leg pain? No. It's onion city, baby. And that's how you provide a little bit of that camo for your tears, for your man tears, so that you're not out there just like looking vulnerable and like, oh, this guy can't handle a couple of kicks to the old calves and knees, and it hurts, but I'm not gonna like show it, So onions, the way, if you're like me, if you're an easy bruiser, if you're like, man, things sometimes hurt, carry an onion. All I'm saying goes a long way. Boys and girls, ladies and gents, that's a little bit of a wrap up of sports, both a little bit of soccer, a little bit of UFC, keeping it light as a kite, light as a feather, light as an elephant in space, of course. But the point is, we keep it loose around here. One little thing that I wanted to discuss with you guys that's a little bit on my mind, I just want to get it off my chest and we'll keep it going. As per usual, I did get a little notification this morning, and at around 4:30 a.m. I got a little email from YouTube indicating that they've taken down one of my videos. Apparently, I made a joke in one of the videos in regards to, I guess, COVID stuff. I don't even know which part, I don't even know what it is, but that's what they've referenced. They've said that they didn't say what, but it's just something in regards to COVID that I'm not supposed to, you're not supposed to, so that's what it is. It took down my videos, and I had the chance to appeal for it and be like, hey man, I'm appealing this thing, because I'm a silly goose just making silly contents on the lines. I'm an entertainer, if you will. And I want to go out there, story tell, and attempt attempt to be a professional comic, stand-up comic one day. That's my dream. That's my goal. So I'm just letting you know. Do not be, if that's what it is, man, that's essentially it was a learning lesson for me and for you. So now we know. Now we know that you can't talk about certain topics. What does this mean? It means that we are, we're gonna have to learn to perhaps double speak, double think, perhaps, because certain topics are nay. You know what I mean? It's like, don't go there. Certain topics are no bueno. And that's the thing. I talk about everything and nothing, and I don't even know what it is that was, apparently, that's what it is. They're like, you can't go anything that's against the World Health Organization, which is like, oh man. I mean, basically, it's just like they don't want different opinions. That's what it is. Essentially, they're like, listen, man, there's a narrative that's been pushed by, the governments, pharmaceutical companies, World Health Organization, Center for Disease Control, all that jazz. Everybody doing it, and you can't be saying certain stuff. And I don't even know what that is. But I'm just letting you know that one of my videos is gone now. Oh my God, one of my videos is gone now. But that's just one amongst like 400 plus videos. So I'll be continuing to make videos about everything and nothing. And sometimes now we're just gonna have to get a little bit more creative in terms of how man, it is a doozy. It's little, but it's also like, where'd my videos go, dude? One of them. Jeez Louise, it is a weird world we're living in, boys and girls. It is a world of, we're teetering on the edge of, like, we're dancing, we're flirting in censorship city, baby. And that's what it is. I'm like, this is the reality of it. This is what it comes down to. It's like, we talk about these things, whether it's like social credit score systems, whether it's censorship, whether it's suppressing information. At the end of the day, the powers that be, if they don't like something, I don't even know what it is. Is it an algorithm that didn't like what I said? Is it a person that actually reviewed this thing? What part of it? I don't even know what it is that they found against the quote unquote narrative or consensus held by the World Health Organization. And you remember, of course, and I should have known, because remember when we all said yes to the World Health Organization taking over our lives and dictating what we do and what we don't do? Yeah, we all democratically voted for that. It's, yeah, totally normal. For sure normals completely. This is just a good old fashioned, medical, what it is I don't even know what it is, but that's what it is. So from now on, man, it leaves you in a weird position as a creator, as a person, because you're like, man, particular topics you just legit can't talk about it apparently. But that's a little warning. It wasn't anything else. And they're like, most people don't get anything more than a warning. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. It won't impact you, but it left a little bit of an impact, not gonna lie, because I don't even know what I said that you guys, or the algorithm, or the aliens in charge of the algorithm, whoever maybe found it, you're like, oh, whatever. You said something. It was my video. This was the title of the video. You're like, which video? They send me an email. I'll pull it up just for a quick second. We'll talk about it for like 2 more seconds and we'll leave it be, but it was on my mind. And I felt like, yeah. So name of the video was called, this is what I titled it, An Ancient Proverb Posits, if that vag comes with a hammer, is it still a vag? And basically they said, we think it violates our medical misinformation policy. YouTube doesn't allow claims about COVID-19 vaccination and that contradict expert consensus from local health authorities or the World Health Organization, WHO. And I appealed it, and in less than a minute, a message came back. They're like, appeal denied, case closed. Video disappeared. My video got Epstein, dude. My video just killed itself, apparently. So that's what it is, man. You can't talk about certain things, apparently. So from now on, that's what it is. And it's funny because I was out with my homie last night. We were just talking about this, that, and the other. And, coming out of the pandy, I feel like, now getting to speak with different people, going out, doing a little bit more, you get a good sense of what this whole thing left on our psyche. And it definitely, one of the things it did, it definitely divided families, people, individuals, society. And we gotta rewind it back to a point where we can hopefully, I'm hoping that I can be a part of it. I'm hoping all of us together can be a part of it, of a scenario where we build a society, where we create a society where we can have differing opinions and still be okay with it, not get triggered, not get offended, or rather get offended, and you have the right to be offended, but at least not not shut certain things down. But that all being said, there's so many things to talk about. You're like, this is a slippery slope, and I'm glad that you said it, because I was just thinking it, merely a thought in my head. But if you guys are like, this is a slippery slope, then that's you guys are mad. That's something to think about, fam. That is something to think about. But that's aside the point, man. Nonetheless, we're not gonna I'm not gonna dwell on it. We're gonna keep on building. We're gonna keep on moving forward. And I want to talk about fun things, like for example, switching topics completely. A 360 would bring us to the same position. A complete 180, so that we're on a completely different end of the spectrum. Now talking about silly, fun little stuff. If I could, I would, and I will. One day, I'd like to own a fake business. We're shifting gears, baby. Switch gears. We're in like second, third gear. We're zooming now. I'd like to hopefully be able to operate fake businesses, not for the sake of the business being fake, but I'd like to hope. What I'm trying to say is that I'd like to open up a business that is not for the sake of the business. I'd like to hopefully, hypothetically speaking, open up fronts, if that makes sense. Fake fronts, but for like, not for anything like, here's the thing. I'd like to have a vacuum shop. You're like, why a vacuum shop? Because a vacuum shop is, you could go ahead and you could literally start anything. I just want like a fake vacuum shop, dude. Why not? Just a fake vacuum shop as a front that'll launder in money. I don't even know how, but that'll be it. We'll have like a fake vacuum shop, and this is the services that we provide. Is we provide central vacuuming. So if you got a house and you want the vacuuming to be central, and you want that centered shit right there installed in your house, and you just take a big old hose, and you take the hose and you plug it into different walls with the vacuum outlets in it, and you got a central vacuum system. I do that. Not really, but like the fake business that I want to, will do that. And also we got mobile vacuums as well. So like suction on the go, dude. You want to like, you want to be like van lifing it. You want to be you're on an expedition. You're on cruise control. You're merging on the highway. You are like, but at the same rate, you're like, wherever I'm going, I want to take my vacuums with me. We got vacuums to go, mobile vacuums. That's what we do around here. So central, mobile, but in addition, we also take care of your vacuum needs in terms of services. So we got all the aspects, all the angles covered. If you come in there, you're like, man, something's wrong with my mobile non-sedentary vacuum device, we'll take a look at it. Our experts will take a look at it. Maybe it's a hose problem. Maybe them hose got some problems. You feel me? Maybe it's not sucking hard enough. Maybe it's sucking too hard. Maybe it's using his teeth and ruining the carpets. You feel me? Vacuums. What are you talking about? Point is, I want that to be a front for some sort of I'm thinking of inventing a sport. I like what I see in the UFC, but I also like the aspect of, I've talked about this, some sort of like cockfighting event, but I'm thinking of like merging the two, right? So you have, basically I want the UFC, but also while they're in there, while they're fighting, I want to throw in their live animals, but not just any live animals. I want the animals to have potentially diseases. I'm talking AIDS monkeys. You feel me? So fighters are going at it, but also just to like add a little bit of extra excitement, a little bit of element of surprise. You never know what's going to happen. A couple of them monkeys with patches of hair missing, just foaming at the mouth with AIDS. That'll be exciting. And I'm not going to stop there though. I want that also to be consisted of roosters, like big old cocks, just cocks, but equipped with sharp objects, like safety scissors, like sharp but not too sharp, because no animal cruelty or anything, elementary school safety scissors, the ones where you had in elementary school for like arts and crafts class, where it was like round at the edges and round all around, and it was mostly made of plastic. You really couldn't hurt yourself even if you tried. So but that's the thing, we'll equip the roosters with those. And also, a couple of raccoons with rabies, and basically like have that. It's like UFC, but with sickly animals, which is basically providing jobs for sickly animals as well. It's not like, because everybody can get behind a cute animal, right? Anybody sees a cute little, as long as the animals are clean, cute, cuddly, no fleas, no lice, no rabies, everybody's like, oh, look at that chinchilla. Ooh, look at that, look at that pigeon. Look at that bat. Look at that beautiful leathery bat, which is basically a rat covered in leather with wings. Look how cute it is. You'll say that if it's like clean and healthy and up to and up with his or her vaccinations or something, because apparently like, that's what it is. So what I'm trying to say is like, you have no problem with a clean cut, clean shaved, gorilla of sorts. But all of a sudden you get a little diseased monkey and everybody's like, oh, get that diseased monkey away from me. Not in our establishment. That's what it is, man. We'll take the proceeds from the fights and then we'll launder it via the fake vacuum store. What's up? And you're like, why wouldn't you pick something that'll be a little bit more higher in revenue, who really has vacuum issues these days, who gets them repaired anymore? Sometimes it's not everything's about money, you guys. Not everything's about money, not everything's about, sometimes it's more of like a passion project. And I personally feel like that's something that we need to, I want to bring it back. I'm just giving back to the community, and that's what I like to do. But hopefully that's down the line, one day at a time. We'll get it going, baby. Fake business to fake front a fake sporting event. I enjoy the whole aspect of it. Like I love creating real fake stuff, if that makes any sense, because sometimes one of the reasons why I stepped into storytelling and wanting to be a stand-up comic, I do see a lot of scenarios where it feels like certain life tasks they're real, but it could have been non-existent and it would have been fine. So that's why I'm like, any other business that's like existing out there, technically speaking, a lot of businesses, a lot of things could be like, you could do without it, but like whatever, it exists, right? I don't know if that makes any sense. But that's essentially what I'm trying to do. Like I'm saying, like, you don't need to legitimately be providing like, oh, is there a need? Create it and there will be a need. I'm sure if you had like a vacuum repair service center, it'd be a lineup, days and nights of lines up and down the streets. The talk of the town, I gotta get my vacuum fixed. Everybody will say it, hopefully. And if not, again, the business is held afloat via the, gruesome fighting mixed in with the sick animals, which is pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm looking forward to that. Will we have insurance? Absolutely not. This is all off the books. If you think you're gonna come into our league and be like, what about fighters' pay? What about like, what happens to all the animals? Do they get fed enough? No, of course not. Because in order for the animals to want to be like willing to fight, we got to keep them hungry. You have to keep them hungry. They can't be like well fed. Again, sick animals. Keep that in mind. We're not out here like, this isn't for soft animals. This isn't for like, I'm not doing this like to conserve animals. This is like, you got a vicious bull in Madrid or Barcelona running rampage through the city, and he's been like undefeated in the bull run that they do, and he's got a bad rap, and he's got to flee Barcelona or Madrid because he's got his, there's a price on his or her head. This bull has got them. We'll take that bull. This is the type of bull that has got like, sometimes in the run with the bulls, you'll see like people like using spears on bulls. This is the bull that'll take the spear and use it on people. We want that bull because there's a league for that. It's our league. I still haven't come up with a name yet. It's all about marketing. As long as, it's all fun and games until somebody, gets an eye out or something. But that'll like, that's what it is, baby. We got the tech. In the future, you'll get everything replaced. All that not by us. We won't pay for it. We won't pay a goddamn penny. Not in my fake establishment. But it's not about money. Maybe we will pay. Initially, you know what it is? The first 5 to 10 years, it's going to be a rough start. But once we get a name going, once people know what we're all about, you know what I'm talking about? I'm talking large stadiums filled to the gills with sickly animals, loose amongst the fans, running around. And some of the fans might even get some. That's what it is, fam. Because it's so easy to like sit in the UFC as a fan, as a spectator, and at the end of the fight, we're like, oh, I don't think that went my way. This guy should have had it. We should, once I set loose a couple of loose AIDS monkeys, then you got something to lose on the line right there. Then you just be happy the game's over, the show's over. You came for 2-3 hours. It's awesome. You're not gonna sit around and be like, oh, I don't think you gave it a call that was correct, or in my opinion, because you got to fight a monkey yourself. You got to fight a damn rooster. Your baby's missing. Don't bring your baby to the event. This is an adult entertainment district center. That's all I'm trying to say. So that's what I like to do, man. We keep it silly, we keep it loose around here, and I keep telling you guys, the more we do, the better we get. The more we do, the better we get, and we find solutions to any problem. For example, let's say you and your loved one can't get pregnant for whatever reason. Maybe you got that low sperm count, or maybe it's not you. Maybe she's got that dry womb. But it's not nice to say that she's got that dry womb, is it? It's not that dry vag. It's you. Put it as a man. Take it upon yourself. Be like, it's the sperm count. It's my sperm count. Take it on you. Maybe it's both your faults. Let's spread the load evenly. It's a little bit of the old sperm count that's low. It's a little bit of the case of the old dry vag. What will fix it, I don't know, but I'm willing to come up with solutions. Let's say she got her vag fixed and it's no longer as dry as it used to be, but you are still having difficulty bringing up those sperm counts. You can't do anything about it. Let's say you've tried everything. You've gone to everywhere. You've knocked on every door. You've flipped every stone over. You've looked under every carpet. You've lifted the cushions of the couch. You've looked in between the car seats. Not a solution in sight. Guess what, fella? Have you resorted to asking for someone's sperm in the family, potentially? Let's say your father or your brother. Guess what? Now you can have a child with your wife using your father's or your brother's sperm. And when you have a kid, it'll be your son, but it could also be your brother, or you could also become a dad and an uncle at the same time. And the more, the merrier, is what I say, is what they say. Who are they? It's us. We're doing it together, together, all of us. So that's what it is, man. I just find solutions, and there you go. Happy family. Sure, your kid looks like your dad a little bit. But then again, you look like your dad a little bit. So am I right there? Who do you get his looks from? Mostly your dad, probably, if he's the one who gave his sperm. But that's the thing. All you need to do is just keep it under wraps for like at least some time. At least till he's 18. Then tell him. Do you even tell him? Should you tell him? Do you have the responsibility to tell him? I mean, like if he looks alike, you don't need to go down that road. But should you? What if freak accident? You should fall in a. You're out there. You're in. You've put the seed in the oven. The bake has been kicked. It's come out. Oh, it's a beautiful baby cake. And then you're like, baby girl, I gotta go to like Africa to do like some research, because you're a researcher and you go to Africa to do research. Why not? And you're there. You're walking. Oh, what is that? A mosquito on your neck. West Nile. What's up? You're itching. You're itching that. You're scratching. You're scratching the itch. Walking, talking amongst the villagers. Boom, down you go, tumbling down the well. You happen to break your neck. You're dead. It's gone. It's over. Your life is over. Now you got a wife at home with a baby. But the baby could still have a good life with your father stepping in and be like, I'm your father. And it'll be weird for a little while, of course. Family dynamics. I'm sure your mother, aka the grandma of the child, but also stepmom at this point. You know what I mean? So I'm there providing a service at the end of the day, and we got to provide services and solutions and be able to think outside the box. And sometimes some ideas are worth trying to just like be like, oh, I need to like explore this thing. And without, if somebody comes in there and you're like, you're not supposed to explore certain things, and that's when you trying to like step on my expedition, son. You trying to get in here and like trying to sway my information this way or that way. Only I sways my information this way or that way. Nobody tells me what to put in my body or what not to put in my body. And all that good stuff. You know what I mean? So this is not about like a video that got taken down. Am I a little bit like, oh, my feelings? Sure, absolutely. But we'll make more videos. I'm just a little bit concerned because like many of you guys just said out loud, you're like, this is a slippery slope. We should all talk about this more. But that's what you guys are saying, and I stand with you if that's what you guys are saying. Where do we draw the lines? Where are the lines drawn? How do lines get even started? What happens if you do connect the dots? Should you, what happens if there are no dots? Find a granny. Find a granny. She will always be sporting a polka dot top for sure, and start connecting those dots. And that's what it is, baby. Any dots will do. Start connecting them. Ask questions. And at the same rate, have a little bit of fun. Have a little bit of fun. That's what I'm trying to do. And that's what we do around here. We get in here on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays and try to have a little bit of fun. Because at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, all you need is your health, relative health. You know what I'm talking about? Is your relative health, your family members, your loved ones, your community, and a good sense of humor, and the ability to look at oneself really closely and examine everything, and maybe even laugh at oneself. Be like, haha, look at you over there with whatever, and make fun of yourself a little bit. I do it on a daily. I'll make fun of myself. I'll look at myself in the mirror and be like, ha, reg penis. Ha, reg penis boy, man. I'll make fun of myself and I'll be like, oh man, that's whatevs, dude, not a big deal. But I'll make fun of it for sure, dude. And it's like, I honestly wish I had a small penis or a large penis, because a reg penis is you can't do much with it. Like, that's what it is. You can definitely procreate with it, and you can like probably get into a fine relationship with it as well, but like, you can't make fun of it. But I try, and I'm hopeful. That's what it is. I'm hoping with age, a lot of people do shrink in height. I'm hoping I shrink with penis, because I go for the jokes, baby. I'm always like, if I have to lose an inch to be able to like be like, oh, small peen, I'll do it, dude. I'll circumcise myself again, no problem. I got extra skin. I don't. I'll grow some and I'll cut it off again. You know what I mean? But these are the lengths that I'll go to for a laugh. And and that's what it is, baby. That's what it is. Or I wish I had a really long penis, and that would, or if I couldn't use it, you know what I mean? If I could like use it as like a Muppet, and be like, oh, we're doing a Muppet show, we're doing a ventriloquism show. I dressed it up. I wouldn't just be like Flash, but if it was like, if it was like an extra arm or something, I'd make use of it. But no, we gotta get like reg-sized penis. Can't do anything with it. What else? It's like, it's only meant for like pleasure and procreating. Pleasure and procreating, please. Like, oh man, a penis that's like 2.3 inches, dude. Fucking like, I would have killed with that. 2.3, killed. But that ship has sailed. That'll never happen. But then again, never say never. I am a believer. I am a glass half full mentality all day, every day. You never know. A man can dream. I've had dreams. You had a dream, didn't you, one day? On some days? You sometimes dream. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, if you're wondering what to get your loved ones this coming holiday, nothing says I love you, fam, like a good old, if you got a male relative. And you're like, man, this man is, early 20s to early 30s, single. I wonder what to buy this beautiful man. Nothing says happy holidays like a flashlight. Nothing says, under the Christmas tree when the family's gathered around and everybody's opening up their presents. Nothing will bring a smile to Billy's face like a good old fashioned purple flashlight. You know what I'm talking about out there? I'm looking out for you, Billy. So that's what I do, man. Or like, you got a female that's like, she's like, man, I want to be exercising, and I want to be strengthening my vag, and also I want to be lifting at the same rate. I want to be killing multiple, because that's what it is, baby. The modern human is now a multitasker of a beast. So they're going out, they're doing many of things, and you're like, what do I get her? You got a cousin who is also in her 20s, 30s, 40s. Who knows? She's pushing it, baby. She's pushing it. And you get her exercise beads. That's right, exercise beads. You've never seen these things. I don't even think they exist. If they don't exist, I'm patenting it right now. It's exercise beads. That's right. DP exercise beads. That's double penetration exercise beads, where you get to, it's like beads for the butthole and the vag, but at the bottom there'll be like a weight, adjustable weights, 2 pounds, 5 pounds, 10 to 15 pounds. Lift up to 45 pounds, but not at once. Like, work your way up to it. And you're like, what is that good for? What is it not good for? Childbirth. Should you be walking? It's good for childbirth. It makes childbirth easier. Let's say you're a lady in her 20s to 40s walking in the Scandinavian back country, for example, and then you come across a festival of sorts, and it's a Scandinavian strong men and women contest, and some may be wearing kilts, some may be wearing exercise pants, suits, right? And there's a whole game of who can pull the most with their groin. And look at you, you're so prepared, and you're just walking there with your, they're all like chiseled and big and looking Scandinavian as fuck, and you're walking in there a little bit smaller than these giants, but you're like, oh, I can lift a whole truck with my badge, and they'll be like, get out of here. No outside has been able to pull a truck with her badge since the summer of '97. That was Lucille. Lucille did that, and you're like, guess who? I'm Lucille's granddaughter. Check out this giant badge power, and then you hoist a little whatever equipment that they've got made of chains of sorts, and a chain and a ball, big old ball and chain, and then you attach one end to a truck, attach the other, insert the other end inside yourself, but that's the thing, you're pulling and you're pulling and you're pulling, and the truck is moving, jaws are dropping, people are passing out. It's a hell of a freak show. You're on the you're breaking records. You're on the you're Guinness World Record breaker of the most weight pulled using a badge. Congratulations, and also you're welcome. Why? Because I took the effort. I took the time to be like, what are people in need of these days? Strengthening their core, looking out there for their health, making themselves stronger. And essentially, we need a whole population of strong men and women to keep having babies and making the world go around. So you're welcome. Basically, I'm taking care of the dudes and the ladies all at the same time. And in terms of, should you ever take any health advice from me, man, oh man, why would you do that? Have I ever made a claim that I'm a real fake doctor? Yes, but again, keyword, a real fake doctor, one that is not a real doctor, one that pretends to be a doctor sometimes. I can't practice here. I can probably practice elsewhere if I wanted to. South America, I'll take it there. Southeast Asia, I'll take it there. Somewhere remote, really cold. If nobody's there, population of the village is like 20 people, I can roll up and be a doctor. Probably. Think about it. And that's what I'm willing to do for everybody. I will go out there and do what I do. I will practice my medicine the way I intend to, and so should you. And you should not talk about certain things, and so that you can focus on other things, building your body, building your core, and everything else in between. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for all the love and support. Whatever you do around here, we keep it silly, we keep it light, we invent fake businesses. We get our hands and toes in every little nook and cranny of this world. We're like, we're a big old octopus. We're just tentacles wide open and everything, trying to learn and grow and regenerate body parts at the same time, like an octopus. So that one's still, I'm working on that one. Regeneration of body parts, still working on it. But that's what it is, baby. It's a slow burn around here. We have fun, man. And that's what it is. You're like, so let me get this straight. If I come back to one of your events and it happens to be a mixed mash of, UFC and the old AIDS monkeys, and I happen to catch AIDS from the monkeys, what happens then? Who is held responsible? Not this guy. Certainly not this guy. Certainly not this guy. You as an individual, once you show up to the events, you know what you signed up for. Should you get AIDS fighting with a monkey, that'll be a story. Fam, do you want to live a normal life where you've never contracted AIDS from a monkey, or do you want to be that guy in a party somewhere, sitting down, probably not partying because the AIDS will make you weak, while everybody else is standing up and talking and having a good time, listening to music, munching on finger foods, which is, we've covered it before. It's consisting of all foods. All foods are finger foods. Everybody's having finger foods. But you're weak. You got AIDS, but at least when somebody gets tired from partying, when people sit down for a second at a party or something for a second, and they're like, oh, my knee's touching your knee, fella. What's your story? You're like, I got AIDS from a monkey at a sporting event. in the underground, in the underground. And you're that dude now. You're welcome. What a wild story. Will people feel bad for you? Absolutely. But you're not the type that's like, oh, I'm a victim hood mentality type of fella or lady. I take it with, it's my badge of honor. A badge of honor that grows and cannot be stopped with any medication. It's been years. When are we going to fix it? I think we're getting there, little by little. But until then, you'll have a wild story, and you're welcome. I did that for you. Free of charge. Well, you will pay for the admission. Like, you're not going to get in there for free. This whole operation needs to work on money. Everything does. I'm not going to I'm not going to be, forking out money, investing from my pocket only. We're all in it together. But that's what it is, baby. We grow, we have fun, and that's what we do. That's what we do. Baby boys, baby girls. I hope you guys it is the holiday season wherever you are. I hope you're taking care of yourselves. I know I'm trying to do the same little by little. We're making adjustments. We're making plans down the line. We're going to be shaking and baking, baby. This is, again, a one-man operation, and I will repeat this because I often don't, and sometimes I feel like maybe I should, because we're very young. We're very new. This whole being online, creating content, trying to be funny, it's very new for me. I very much appreciate all the love and support that I get from you guys. I'm trying to send it right back at you. But again, it is a slow operation. It is a one-man band operation. I would love to work with more people down the line. Should anybody like to get involved in any shape or form, my heart is open. Mine is open. My butthole. I'm farting all day, every day, baby. So like, it's all the orifices are wide open, and it's no shutting them down now. So open heart, open mind, open man vag, open nostrils, open ears, open, if I could open up my belly button, I would, but I can't. I've tried. Dick hole wide open. I've not blocked the dick hole in at least 5 years. So everything's open, essentially. I just want you to know that. And looking forward to getting to see more people do more beautiful things together. Wherever you are, I'm sending you all love, a lot of positive energy. Go out there, do a little bit of that Christmas shopping if you like, for the family. If whatever you're trying to do, whether it's in schooling, whether it's in business, whether it's a mishmash of everything and in between. And I know all of us are juggling a multiplicity of things these days. I wish you all the best of luck. It is the holiday season. It's time to come together and be like what happened to Rob's video. It's what you guys are saying, but I don't want you to focus on that. That's just one video amongst many, and we'll make more. We'll make plenty more. It's just now, it's like, oh, weird that video got taken down, and I don't even know what for. But essentially, we're over it. I'm already over it now, as you can see. I'll be over it, and give me a couple hours, I'll be over it. But I'll be back here again on Wednesday. I love you guys. Thank you for joining me every week. Talk to y'all very soon. Spread the word. Peace out.